His name is David Haller, and he's one of the most powerful mutants to ever live. However, he's also completely insane. David has schizophrenia, and many personalities that live within him. Each of these personalities has their own powers, but right now, one of them is getting out of control. This personality, which calls itself Lord Terror, is almost able to overpower David, who collapses as a result of the strain in fighting this personality. David is discovered and taken into a local clinic, where during some EEG tests, Lord Terror emerges. The being is able to psychically influence the people examining him, and when David wakes up, Lord Terror is able to use the EEG machine to give himself his own body. Tapping into another of his personalities, David is able to banish Lord Terror through a powerful psionic blast. As Lord Terror is dispersed and seeing the damage he caused to the people trying to help him, David leaves and heads to New York. In the city, a young woman named Hannah, a celebrity psychologist, is being interviewed on television when she is warned by David through a telepathic message that somebody is coming to attack her. In her office, she is approached by Lord Terror, who warns her that David is in a very dark place, and he'd like the man to stay that way. As the being attacks Hannah telepathically, David arrives and is able to save the young woman. He explains who he is, and says he needs her help. Hello and welcome to Comic Island. My name is Arden, and this is my review of Legion number 1. So thanks for watching this video. We have another quick review and a winner of a Patreon poll this week. And I was surprised Legion won. I actually expected I'd be reviewing Spider-Man or something this week. But no, we're doing something a little bit different. And yeah, this was a pretty good comic. It started out kind of rough. I was worried we were gonna, how do I put this, fetishize Legion's mental illness, and I really just wasn't down for that. Part of the reason I like the show is that it takes David's mental illness quite seriously as the debilitating disease that it is. It doesn't really treat him as this fantastical creature, just a person with a rather serious illness that he has to live with, basically. I liked that aspect of the show and was worried the comic wasn't really going to get into that or was going to try and be too much like the show, adopting its tone, characters, and sensibilities. We don't necessarily need that either. Instead, it kind of went back to the roots of Legion without really making him into a joke. There's one part of the comic that really reassures me that writer Peter Milligan is taking the illness of Legion quite seriously. It's after he tries hitchhiking and is kicked out of a car because his personalities start to get loose. David ends up going to a hotel room and comments to himself how tired he is. As somebody who's dealt with depression and anxiety for the better part of their adult life, I really like this moment because it echoes a lot of my experiences. Mental illness isn't some weird journey or some special way to give you perspective on the world that others lack. It is mostly a tiring, debilitating disease. And that's pretty much how it's treated in this comic, so I quite enjoy it. The overall arc and setup for this miniseries seems pretty simple. David helping this psychologist and her helping him while dealing with Lord Terror. Pretty standard stuff, but you know, I really can't object to more content surrounding Legions, so I do recommend this issue. You should check it out for yourself if you're interested. So that's the end of the review. Thank you everyone so much for watching it, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like Comic Island and would like to support us, please consider checking out our Patreon page in the link below. We also have a website if you're interested, and you can find a link to that in the video description as well. It's a great place to stay updated on our content and to see it in a different light. It's a little more article focused, and Joey's been working really hard on it. Finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep reading comics.